Greetings, everyone. This is Ayman Tarabishi, the ICSB Executive Director and the Deputy Chair of the Department of Management at the George Washington University. I am delighted to have you all join us here today with another ICSB Exchange webinar. And the title of this webinar is Teaching the Sustainable Development Goals, Global Examples. This webinar was an outcome of a special certificate we did in collaboration with the United Nations UNCTAD and the International Labor Organization. And some of the panelists here today have actually done the certificate. And as a follow-up to our certificate program here, we have invited them to share some of their experiences on teaching the Sustainable Development Goals in their respective countries and classrooms and with their colleagues here. And I am delighted to have them all here. This is as innovative, as creative as we can get after a certificate that we bring back the participants and say, please showcase what you have been doing or what you have already done, how this certificate has complemented your work, and what's the future ahead. So saying this, I would like to introduce the panelists first, and then I'll ask each panelist to do a presentation about 10 minutes. We will take maybe 1 or 2 questions after each panelist, and then we'll go to the next one. And at the end, if we have time, we will go back and open up for discussion with all the panelists. I'll be taking some notes, and I'll also ask them as a group and then as an individuals if I don't see any questions here. But let me first start of all, and I'm really I'm very happy to welcome Dr. Titilayo Olubunmi Olaposi, is a Senior Research Fellow at the African Institute for Science, Policy and Innovation of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife in Nigeria. Dr. Olaposi, greetings. How are you today? Then,
thank you.
You're welcome. And then second, I would like to warmly welcome Dr. Francisco Navarez-Baez, a professor and researcher of the Universidad del Valle de Atemac, UNIVA, at Guadalajara City, Mexico. Dr. Francisco, a big warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then I would like to also warmly welcome Analia Pastran, Executive Director of Smartly Social Enterprises of the SDGs in New York. She's been running our webinars in the Spanish language, so she's going to be joining us again fairly soon in another session. So Analia, welcome and greetings.
Hi, Ayman. Greetings to everyone.
Greetings. And then I would like to welcome Mr. Alfonso Navarro Cavallo, CEO of Elite SDGs Consulting. And Mr. Alfonso, greetings.
Thank you. Greetings.
Great. So what I'd like to do now is ask Dr. Olaposi to share her screens and then to do her presentation. Dr. Olaposi, the floor is.
Can you see my screen?
Almost there. It's coming together. 1 second. No,
can you see it? Screen?
No, it's stuck. Oh, here it comes. Yep. Now you can click on play to see it.
On play?
I mean, like showcase it. Go ahead. Go for the presentation. You can see show, start. Yes. Very good. Slideshow. Yeah, slideshow. Yep.
Slideshow. Okay. Yes.
Okay. From beginning. Very good.
All right. Can I go on?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. The topic, teaching entrepreneur opportunity identification to achieve the United Nations SDGs. I am an entrepreneurship lecturer, and I realize there are similarities between the aim of the SDGs and the aim for teaching entrepreneurship. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals aim at fostering a fairer, and full world. Entrepreneurship has been recognized to generate employment and to create wealth. Thus, it is an effective route to achieving some of the SDGs. In this presentation, I will be showing how entrepreneurship could be taught to achieve some SDGs. This is an overview of the Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 goals, and obviously goals 1 and goal 2 could be achieved by entrepreneurship. And if these two are achieved, some other goals by implication will be achieved. Before a student can actually understand how to link entrepreneurship to the Sustainable Development Goals, the student has to understand what entrepreneurship is about. Here, I'm showing in this diagram that entrepreneurship comprises 6 interactive variables: the entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial process, resources, the environment, the business concept, and the organizational context. Where we are going to link entrepreneurship to the achievement of the SDGs is on the entrepreneurial process. There are many models describing the entrepreneurial process, but the one I have here consists of 6 stages. These 6 stages are the stages we have to go for identification. In the that are looking for improvement, there are always some are always there, some will just come and go. When such opportunities are recognized and they are evaluated and found to be viable, a new concept will be developed. A new concept could be in terms of new products, new services, new processes to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. The first 2 will be the focus: opportunity identification and concept development. Where can we identify entrepreneurial opportunities? We can find them trends in unexpected occurrences, incongruities,
We might have lost her. Here she comes.
based concept. You have what? Tell me. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
we can hear you. Yes, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Very good.
So I was saying there are 2 broad categories of opportunities. We have the ones that are always there, year in, year out. They're waiting for somebody who will recognize them and exploit them for commercial gain. And we have the second category that are not always there. There are one-time opportunities that come due to changes in some circumstances, maybe some governmental policies, some new technologies that just developed, social and economic changes. Some key questions can help students to identify opportunities. The first one is, what is hard to get? If there are certain things that people travel a long distance to get. And number 2, what available technology is not being used? Maybe the technology is new, or maybe the technology is being used somewhere else, but it is not yet used in the environment. Then, as such, a student can see it as an opportunity. The third question, what process has bottleneck? Number 4, what resources are sitting idle or wasting? And the fifth question, where does quality or price need improvement? And number 6, what research output is there sitting unexploited? I'm focusing on number 4, what resources are sitting idle or wasting? Students should be encouraged to identify opportunities in local resources. Here, I will be giving an example of agricultural resources. In Nigeria, sorry, my slide is not responding. It's not responding to.
Okay.
Or I can continue. I can continue.
Yeah, continue. Go ahead.
Yes. In Nigeria, there are many resources that are lying there that people are not yet exploiting. And some agricultural resources are wasting due to lack of appropriate technologies, maybe to preserve them or to process them or to package them. Nigeria is endowed with a variety of food crops, but there is still food insecurity in the country. A high percentage of agricultural products are lost to insect attacks, rodents, and microorganisms. Losses also occur during harvesting, handling, packaging, pressing, and storage of agricultural produce. In some communities, as high as 20 to 30% of total grain production, 30 to 50% of fruit and tubers, and usually high percentage of fruits and vegetables are lost during the post-harvest and storage stages. Now, I want to present an example of an agricultural product. We call it local beans. In Western Nigeria, it is called iru. When the local beans is fermented, it is used to make iru. There, on my slide, I have a picture of a woman producing iru using local technology. This iru could still be improved upon if there are some new technologies that could be developed to aid the processing or the packaging. And also, the local bean seed itself could be used for some other purposes. Presently, they use local bean seed to produce some drinks that some people drink in the northern part of Nigeria. And industrially, even the pod of local bean is useful. They use it in the textile industry to make thickening, print thickening, thickness. So this iru is a type of an opportunity that an entrepreneur could exploit to make some gains. And I have a diagram showing how we can link this opportunity that is identified to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, starting from opportunity identification. When this local bean is identified as an opportunity, an idea could be generated either to develop a new technology that can preserve it. That will lead to developing or starting a new venture. This new venture that is started will employ some people. Those employees will have income generated. And through that, first they have decent job. Through that, we are achieving SDG 8, goal 8 will be achieved. When they have income, when they have adequate income, poverty will be eliminated or eradicated in their life. And by that, goal 1 will be achieved. Then when the local bean, when the wastage is being reduced or eliminated, when it is no longer wasted, food security in Nigeria. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. I'm helping out. 1 second. I can hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
Very
So,
good.
I was saying that if we identify locust bean as an opportunity. All right.
This is the slide, or which one?
Thank you. This is the picture I was talking about. This woman is producing fermented locust bean locally using local technology. But this one cannot go to any extent to help the Nigerian economy to foster economic development. We still need some technologies, appropriate technologies, to process this into what we can package and export to generate foreign exchange. Then, apart from this, the raw material, locust bean itself, could, if we have appropriate technology, could be processed into some other products that will be useful to human beings. And do you know that there is market for these things in West Africa? It is not only in Nigeria that we are eating Iru or the locust bean products. Previous studies have shown that about 100 million people are eating locust bean products in West Africa. In all the countries in West Africa, there is market for locust beans that we are talking about. And I was saying that if we identify this opportunity and somebody can gather resources to develop a new venture to exploit this opportunity, some people will be employed and they will be generating income. When this occurs, we are going to achieve some SDGs. Number one, there will be no hunger again. Their food security will be ensured. That will be achieving SDG 2. Then the SDG 1, 2 will be achieved because poverty will be eliminated. Thank you. This is the diagram. Then here I've shown that goal 8 will be achieved through provision of different jobs. Goal 1 will be achieved. Goal 2 will be achieved. When all these are achieved, some other goals will be achieved because when money is present, there will be quality education. There will be adequate health for people. And by this, you will be able to know that entrepreneurship is capable of achieving the sustainable development goals. For my presentation, there are 3 key takeaway messages. The first one is that entrepreneurship could be used to achieve some SDGs. And the second one is that students should be taught to identify and exploit opportunities from available resources in their environment. It makes it easy for them. And the resources are always there. The resources will be found cheap. They could leverage on this. And the third takeaway message is that one opportunity identified may foster the achievement of multiple SDGs. I want to say thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. This is really exceptional because I think what you have done here is you have actually captured what we call a practical and really grounded, and I say even visual, a representation of how we can take something that is locally inherent in the culture, but how we can transform it using technology, so it's using sound business models, and really achieve the SDGs. This is incredible. I think this is very important. I think this is the type of stories we want to share as well. So I highly commend you for this. And I also want for you to consider putting together a small case study on this example and submit it to the Journal of the International Council for Small Business. That might be a great opportunity. And with that, I'd like to switch, because we're limited on time, I would like to switch. Dr. Francisco, can you take over the slides now and the floor? Okay. Very good. Do you see the slides, Francisco? Do you have access?
Yes, did you see that? Did you see
No,
my?
no, I don't. I don't see your slides. We see screenshot double. Okay, we don't see anything. Maybe your slides. Do you see them? Maybe you can open them.
Yes, I showing my screen. Let me
Maybe
stop
come out
my
again.
video. Maybe the one. Okay. Did you see that?
Let me make sure. Yes, we see them. Very good. Excellent. So if you can go to play slides, we'll be good to go.
Okay. Uh, okay. Thank you everybody to attend and this panel. Thank you, Dr. Ayman, to invite me to share how we teach the SDGs and our students and UNIVA, Universidad de Valle Temajac in Guadalajara, Mexico. And I will try to explain briefly how is the small and medium enterprise in Mexico and how we teach in base this one each goals and try to support this one. Okay, why we teach the small and medium enterprise in Mexico is some and data are the 99% the all enterprises. There are 70% the all employment generated by the SMEs, generate the new employment, 80% the new jobs. They are 83% are in family business basis, generate the Mexican GDP in 52%. Only 20% have relationship with the external stakeholders. 75% are highly vulnerable. Among 70 and 80% generate the negative impacts on the environment. 60% generate of all waste. And also, an statistic is shows the 80% startups don't survive more than 2 years, and 10% don't survive more than 5 years. It's a little Biden, all is mass and worldwide is very close to this one. How did this Mexican and micro, small and medium enterprise? Okay, we have two pillars, the formal enterprises and the informal enterprises or no formal enterprises, and based on the family business. The formal enterprises, the characteristics are they pay taxes, they have the employees on the social security, represent the 48% the all enterprises, 60% of these one are big enterprises. They have low turnover, and 70% the old employers works on the regulation 86, means that the pension and retirement rules. But the informal enterprises in Mexico, they don't pay taxes. They don't have the employers on the social security, represent the 52% the enterprises. For example, in Jalisco state, where I am, represent the 51%, but in Oaxaca state, it's a poor state in the southeast of Mexico, represent 88%. They are 98% the micro and small and medium enterprise. They have high end turnover, and 80% of employers are on the regulation 86. Okay, the model that you know is the sustainable development model. Okay, and that we can look for is the to reach the sustainable enterprise development. Okay, and to try the all enterprise and especially the small and medium enterprise follow this model when the three pillars, as you know, the economics, social, and environment, to be equitable, livable, and viable, and under institution rules that includes legal regulation, accountability, and finance. Okay. Okay. And based on this, we try to match with the SDGs to how each SDG can support and can help each pillar to to this one, how we teach when our students. I try to explain. This is our model, the modern entrepreneur sustainable model, and we divide in three pillars. The social pillar we divide into internal stakeholders, which include human resource good practices, safety and security, legal labor regulation, involvement in decision making, and diversity. The social and external stakeholders includes community support, new generation, new job generation, support to local suppliers, and external association. For economic aspect, sales, accounting receivable, entrepreneurial orientation, research and development plus innovation, competitive productivity, and risk-taking. Finally, the environment aspect include the 8 Rs. They are reduce, refuse, reuse, refill, repair, recycle, etc. Energy, water saving, to market sustainable products and services, green energies, public sharing transportation, mobility, green. Okay, we teach this model our students on the entrepreneurial classes, and we base in work integrated learning model. Okay, in base this one, we try to apply each goal, the SDG goal, and each target when in each indicator to measure if we reach the SDGs. Okay, I try to explain briefly. We don't have time. I can explain later if you want to, each one how we can apply each SDG. Okay, for social internal stakeholder, we apply the goal number 1, no poverty, when this target. The goal number 3, good health and well-being, with these 2 targets. Number 4, quality education, with this target. Number 8, decent work and economic growth, when these 2 targets. For social external stakeholder that include these items, we apply the goal number 1, no poverty, with the target social protection system. Number 4, quality education. Goal number 12, responsible consumption and production, with the target encourage company to adopt sustainable practices. Goal 13, climate action, and goal 17, partnership for the goals. For environment issue, we apply the goal number 6, clean water and sanitation, with the targets substantially increase water use efficiency and protect and restore water-related ecosystem. The number 7, affordable and clean energy, with the target expand infrastructure and upgrade technology for supplying modern and sustainable energy. The goal 11, sustainable city and community with waste management. Number 12, responsible consumption and production, substantially reduce waste generation through prevention, reduction, and recycle and reuse. Goal number 13, climate action with this target. And goal 15, life on land, with this target. Also, all has a indicator and measure, and we apply this one. Finally, we have the economic pillar, and we apply the goal number 8, decent work and economic growth, when these 2 targets. Number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, when the target increase the access for small scale industrial and other enterprises, support domestic technology development, research, and innovation. Goal 12, responsible consumption and production, when these two targets. And goal number 16, peace, justice, and a strong institution, with the target substantially reduce corruption and bribery in all their forms. Okay, and when all these goals in each pillar, social, economic, and environment pillar, we try to adapt and try to reach each target, and with each indicator to measure if we can reach the entrepreneurial sustainability. Okay, then if you want to, I can explain how we apply each one. We have no more time to do that, but try to explain what our model and the entrepreneurial sustainable model, and how we reach each SDGs. Okay, this is the reference if you want to check this one. And thank you for your attention. Here's my contact, and you can if you can reach me. Thank you so much.
Very, very exceptional. Wow, two powerful presentations, Olaposi and Francisco. This is great. I like this equilibrium or equitable, livable, and viable. I think you've added something that is very fascinating and very exciting to see, that you added within these three circles, semicircles and or semi-spheres, if you may, and maybe that's the operationalizing it, right? And kind of saying, here's, I call it the roadmap, if you may, right? And there was a question, but we'll take them a little bit later here. But a suggestion, and maybe this is something for you and Dr. Olaposi to do, is imagine if you take both your presentations, Dr. Olaposi, right? And you take what you presented with the case study with the woman, and ask Francisco how he would operationalize it in his slides. You see how that might work well if you can do this together? So that might be something fascinating here. So congratulations, as somebody said, this is incredible. I think this is absolutely fantastic here. And I know I'm going to get requests for your slides, so we'll share them with everybody once you give us clearance to do so. The next presentation is Analia. Analia, the floor is yours. Analia works in many countries worldwide, so she's going to share a little bit a broader perspective, but also zone in on key topics as well. So Analia, it's all yours.
Okay, excellent. Hi everyone. Let me share my presentation. Oh, I started from the last. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, thank you, Dr. Emmanuel Tarabishi, and we're really glad to be here participating in this webinar. Smartly is a social enterprise that leads the communication and localizing the sustainable development goals especially in the region, in Mexico, in Argentina, in Ecuador, in Guatemala, and also we are working in Burundi and in South Africa. So the first speaker, well, we are in touch with that region too. And one of the things that I would like to showcase first is what are the challenges ahead that we have with this pandemic, and how this pandemic is affecting the Sustainable Development Goals. Because these SDGs that were proposed in 2015 and adopted by the member states of the United Nations, and then started to run in the beginning of 2016, right now have been completely modified and changed from this pandemic, from COVID-19. So the main challenge ahead is how we can achieve the Sustainable Development Goals with a pandemic that is affecting all the goals. And of course, the SDG first, in terms of poverty, is we're losing a lot of incomes and jobs, and families are getting more poorer during this pandemic. Of course, also hunger, the SDG 2, what is the main challenge ahead? How to access to food. And in terms of food production, how are going to be the distribution, the logistic with this pandemic. Of course, SDG 3 has been completely modified through this pandemic because unfortunately the health workers and all the health system right now it's compromised and devastating in terms of the effects that this pandemic is doing. SDG 4, in terms of the quality of the education, has been modified too. Now we are trying to teach online our classes. I'm also a professor in the Catholic University of La Plata in Argentina, and we are trying to do everything online, but it's not always possible because sometimes, especially in some regions, they don't have the connection, the Wi-Fi, the internet, the tools, the computers, the instruments to learn in online. So that gives us also a challenge ahead. Of course, in terms of SDG 5, mostly the 70% of women that are working in nurseries, in the front line of this pandemic are women. So especially in the health sector. So it's something that is really affecting us as women, and also the quality of the water and the sanitation. We've seen, we are associate partners of UN Habitat of the World Urban Campaign, and we are observing how in different neighborhoods that they don't have access to clean water, they cannot sanitize themselves properly. So this pandemic is increasing the cases, especially in those neighborhoods, like favelas or villas miserias, or especially in Latin America, and of course, I know that in Africa, that happens in the same way. And well, I could go on with the different ones, like access to energy, in terms of the creation of jobs or keeping the jobs. We've seen how we are losing jobs every day. As much as this pandemic is staying with us, it's more difficult for the governments and also for private sector to keep the clients, the products, their services, because how you can offer a product if you don't have the raw materials or if you don't have the access to produce in the way that you are used to. And also, of course, all this pandemic exploded in one of the biggest crises that we have, that is climate change. So we have right now two crises, climate change and also this pandemic. So of course we need SDG 17 as much as ever before, because we need to work together, because this is globally. So we can do a lot of efforts individually and as organizations, but we need to work all together because this is global. So it's something that we need to work all of us. Well, in Smartly, we've been teaching especially Leadership 2030, because we believe that the key is how professors and authorities from different universities can implement the Sustainable Development Goals in their strategy, in their academic strategy, and that's the key, because these authorities, these professors they are leaders of their classes, and they are going to teach to their students, the future professionals of our countries. And that's something that unfortunately mostly of the professors and experts that are working in the universities, none of them, they know about the Sustainable Development Goals. So the challenge ahead that we have is teaching them what are the Sustainable Development Goals and how they can localize those SDGs in their specific curricula. For example, in this picture, Evangelina Colli, she's my colleague from Buenos Aires. She's been doing this training to a professor. She's the chief of the Department of ITC in the university. And with her, we've been developing a program about how to teach the Sustainable Development Goals through in computers, in programming. So we are working with them. Why this is so important? Of course, we need to help to incorporate the SDGs in the curriculum and bring them to the students, because as professors, we need to teach them how the students, when they are going to be lawyers, businessmen and businesswomen, and working in public sector too, how they can, we need that they can work the Sustainable Development Goals. Remember that the SDGs are a guidance to transform our world right here, right now, that no one is left behind. So we need those professors and students and the whole university working all together, trying to achieve them through the different disciplines, and mainstream them, because that's the key too. It's something that we need to work all together. No matter, for example, in some universities, they have the Department of Sustainability. They are doing a lot of incredible actions. That's perfect. But on the other hand, we notice that in some other departments, they are working in the opposite way, like wasting paper, just to mention some quick example. And that's something that we see these different actions that are not coordinating by the main university, the main authorities. So that's something that we need to work, especially in terms of the academia. And so why for us it's really important to work with professors. For example, here I'm giving with Evangelina a training about leadership 2030 to different professors of different disciplines, how they can implement the Sustainable Development Goals in what they are doing. And this is really important because we need to improve the quality of the life of our people, of our communities. And the universities, they play a key role in their communities. They have more prestige and more authority in a lot of issues and themes than perhaps also the local government. So this is something really important in terms of the thinking in medium and long term. The universities are going to play a key role to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. So we need to promote leaders that with the capacity of lobbying, of influencing their community in terms of public policy, in terms of in the kind of the jobs that they are doing, sustainable entrepreneurship, for example. So we are working with all the different departments of, in this case, the University of Loja in Ecuador, and also, well, in some universities in Argentina too, trying to teach this sustainability and the SDGs as a key word that all the universities they must well, achieve and get. And also, of course, we are working with UN Habitat and the World Urban Campaign, doing different initiatives, especially in legislation, promoting sustainable entrepreneurship with local authorities and legislation also on that. So, but I think today I would like to especially showcase to all of you the key role that the universities has in terms of change and adapt the Sustainable Development Goals to their curriculums, their activities, and also to form and to transform our next generation of students, that they are going to be the experts and professionals that we need for our communities. Thank you so much.
Analia, exceptional job. I think you already have, I'm booking you as an agent here. David wants to book you for a class to come teach the SDGs. So the COVID thing, and I think also Francisco, I think David will reach out to you, and Dr. Olaposi as well. So you're creating new knowledge here. I like the layer, I like the slides of COVID relating to the SDGs here, because maybe through COVID, maybe people start to realize that the sustainable development goals, and I think I said this before, are not goals anymore. They should be our manual to do everything that we need to do. I think we need to change the word goals to our new operating manual, the Sustainable Development Operating Manual here. So I commend you for that. Let me switch to the last presentation here. So I want to give some time here, and let me see. Okay, Mr. Alfonso, are you there? And if you want to share your screen and your slides. Very good.
Mira. Salió.
Hello, can you hear me now? Can you say something so you can speak?
Mi presentación sale.
Very good. Yes, go ahead. Please proceed. Okay. And when I do this, let me try this, okay? Let me try this, okay. Let me share the screen. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Okay, and let me go here. Let me try this. Okay. I have now the slides. Do you see the slides, Mr. Alfonso? Why don't you go ahead and present? Can you speak?
Yeah, yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. please introduce yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Es
Yeah.
el teletrabajo en la empresa, ¿no? Tenemos que hacer, para iniciar una empresa ahora en tiempos del COVID, tenemos que hacer un teletrabajo empresarial y hacerlo, ¿no? El negocio de sus casas, ¿no? Ahí pongo 4 ejemplos para que haga un teletrabajo empresarial de sus casas o en la empresa, ¿no? Siguiente, next.
Yes.
Ahora estamos en un mundo de la contaminación. Existía la contaminación antes del COVID, ¿no? El coronavirus. En Grecia, solo tenemos, ¿no? En la gráfica que sale ahí, solo nomás reciclamos, nomás. No reciclamos mucho, solo todo descartamos, ¿no? ¿Por qué? Next.
Yeah.
Tenemos que cambiar un círculo vicioso a un círculo de economía verde, ¿no? Porque todo vuelve cada vez las empresas están produciendo más plástico. Next.
Yeah.
Y eso es lo importante de usar, ¿no? El aprendizaje del siglo XXI, usar las 5C, ¿no? Para que el empresario tenga un poco más comience a generar, ¿no? Un buen equipo de trabajo. Next. Y el comienzo para una economía verde comienza con el CDG 4.7, ¿no? Esta es la base para una economía verde. Next. Y en una economía verde sobresalen las ocho R's, ¿no? Reflux, Redux, Reuse, Recycle, Refill, Rock, Repay. Ahí es donde comienza generar, ¿no? Ahora sí viene a generar, ¿no? Lo económico, lo social y lo ambiental. Entonces, necesitamos usar las 8 R's para formular una economía verde.
Very good. I wanna thank you. I know you tried your best here, and I wanna thank you for this. But I would like to stress something here, and I wanna go back to the slide here, and I will speak in English now, and we'll invite you back for a Spanish webinar. So don't worry, we will handle this. We will take care of this here. But what I wanna talk about is these 5 C's: communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and curation. I think this is a very important slide. I think this is a slide that we need to spend more time on here. You have done a wonderful job articulating these 5 C's, right? But I want to mention something which is very important here, which I think you're raising the issue here, is the last one, which is curation, right? We have a lot of information, or what I call information overload here. And what we need to do here is allow for experts like you, like Olopasi, like Analia, and like the others here to join us, right, in curating more knowledge, more expertise on this. And this is what's really needed at this point, this ability to come together and to curate new knowledge here. I think we've seen this for many different people here. I think Moses is here and other people are here. And this is really important to understand that now we should be in the business of curating knowledge, right? Because we have too much, and the world, what it needs now is more refined knowledge, curated knowledge to help support us here. We have a couple of minutes here left. And what I want to do is I want to go back to Dr. Olaposi, right? If you want to unmute your phone here, right? If you are going to move forward with teaching SDGs, what is your number one priority in your class? What are the key concept takeaway you want to share with us in teaching the SDGs? What might that be? If you want to unmute your phone. Yep. Go ahead. Yep, we hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
In teaching the SDGs,
Yes.
the students have to look at their locality, their local environment, to see, to identify opportunities that they can develop into new business concepts that will be affordable. Because, you know, I'm talking in terms of developing countries like Nigeria. Actually, the main problem we have is finance, startup capital. But when students are taught how to identify opportunities in their local area, they will be able to get raw materials that are affordable, and they will be able to develop sustainable businesses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Dr. Francisco, what's your key takeaway? I think you did an exceptional job here. What is the key takeaway you want to share with everybody? Unmute your phone. Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, the key is to try to switch the sustainable enterprise development when all the SDGs, okay, to try to don't forget to the profitability of the company, the social development, and protect the environment. How we can switch this one on each SDGs, and how we can apply and how we can follow each one to try to get a better enterprise every day. That we're looking for. When our students, we try to teach this one because they understand to entrepreneurial issues and a startup, or to try to run a startup and a company, and look for the base of this one. This is, for me, is the key to try to match both.
Thank you very much. Analia, briefly, what is your key takeaway?
Well, we have more challenges ahead. We have climate change, now this pandemic, and universities play a key role in this teaching in a sustainable way, because we need to reduce plastic consumption, how the way of producing, not only the relevance is making money, is how we make money, because the consumerism have changed. Youngest people, they want to buy in a sustainable and responsible way. And of course, please remember that the Sustainable Development Goals are like hashtags in social media. SDGs are the same in public policy. It gives us the opportunity to connect each other more quickly than ever before, especially in terms of globalization on all the organizations that are worldwide. And this is really important because right now, for example, in this webinar, all of us, we know that we are working the SDGs. For example, the first speaker, she talked about SDG 2, Francisco about SDG 8, SDG 9, and Alfonso also about SDG 17. So that gives us the opportunity, if I want to connect with some organization that is working SDG 2, I can do it quickly, because I know right now that if the other organization is communicating that they are working on that, we can allow to make partnerships. And that's wonderful. And we need to teach that to our students.
I want to thank you very much, Analia. Alfonso, I want to thank you as well. I know we're over time here and a lot of people are pressing for other meetings here. We will have a sequel. We will have a second one here. This was an idea that we tossed around and it was successful. I would like to thank Dr. Olaposi. I would like to Analia, Francisco, and Alfonso. You are welcome back. You started something special here.
Thank you.
And we'll do it here. With that, I want to thank all the attendees here. Please stay safe And tomorrow we kick off our series on the arts. So I welcome all of you to come and talk about the arts. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.